we are a grandmaster, it's only up from here. Bigger quests with bigger rewards and bigger threats to clear. 24 full years of questing to make our deaths, we're doing fine. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2009. Welcome back to August 10th, 2009. We've got 500,000 dart tips. And by that I mean we have 100,000 dart tips because of the changes to the amount per bar. Realistically, we should probably get more than the 10 per bar because of how much longer it takes to do smithing. Well, that's fine. Still means we need to go buy 100,000 feathers. Because boy am I not going to kill that many chickens. That'll take forever. Make use of the still technically infinite stock of feathers to justify buying the feather packs, which don't exist yet because it's not quite infinite feathers. Running all around the place, gathering up a huge pile at quite the sum of money, because it is 100,000 of a thing. Definitely gets going. So let's get going. And there they are. 100,000 feathers. Had to go to basically every feather shop in the entire world for this. Pretty wild. And now, we just feather the mithril darts. 10 darts at a time. For 112 XP each. It just goes very quickly. Look at all this fletching XP. 1 tick per 10 darts, so we need 10,000 ticks. Each tick is 0.6 seconds. So, not even really gonna take too long here, all things considered. Very, very quick. 87 fletching. The XP is very quick here. Well, that is later bolas and the upgraded bone blowpipe. Okay. 88 fletching. Fast levels, love it. That is going to be Gorgonite arrows, Entgallo staffs, and Entgallo wands. 89 fletching. Almost at the end here. Well, that is going to be Opal the Criminal Bolts. Gonna make a ton of those, obviously. And now we're done with the darts. Absolutely wild. Took 90 hours to make these dart tips, and less than 2 hours to fletch them all. Except for the other 400,000 that we don't get to keep, because changes. Anyways, at a grand exchange value of 343 coins each, currently, this is 137,200,000 GP worth of mithril dart tips. Also assuming that 400,000 mithril dart tips even sell. There's not too many reasons to make that many mithril dart tips. So, we will see. I wish to drop it. And we're prepared to pick it up. But also, we don't need 100,000 mithril darts ourselves, either. Just going to sell them to the store. Grand general stores here. Very good. Cost us 7.5 coins per feather. And we're selling them back for 7. So we lost a little bit, but it's perfectly acceptable. Sell all mithril dart tips, 700,000 coins. There you go. Take that money back out of the money pouch, because that's not a thing. We still got 12 million coins here. That's pretty good. Gonna spend that on things soon. But in order to get to those things, we need to do some updates. While also watching to make sure we actually pick up these dart tips. That'd be great. There is a limit on value of things you can drop and then other people see. But it's more than that, so. Hey, got him. Perfect. Profitable. For my efforts, at least, here. My goodness. Anyways. On August 11th, 2009. The RuneScape Machinima competition. Record and create a around 2-minute video using the in-game recording. Or just recording the game and doing stuff with it. That's what machinima means. Post it on YouTube, and then they'll pick out 5 finalists, which will be voted on in a poll to see who wins. Winners will get a trip to the Jagex studio and a bunch of merch. And the runners-up will get merch and membership time and stuff like that. Just a 2-minute video. No specific theme or anything, just entertaining video. Doesn't have to be music or anything. Just a video in the game. So that's fun. On August 18th, 2009, patch notes. Thugs have jaws again. We got a make X option for grinding anchovies. You can now use the first resort flowers in a new streamlined impling jar making process. Because all the people have totally made impling jars. It's us. We're the person that makes impling jars. Also, the crocodiles have been moved slightly away from the Paul Nimnich rug merchant to the south. People are getting chomped by crocodiles while trying to travel. No fun. Over at Mobilizing Armies, there's been some polish done. The conflict game mode is now only for 2 people instead of 4, because the best strategy was to wait for other people to fight first and then clean them up, which didn't really work. Also, your squads now only have 1 level. Previously there was 5 different kinds of squads, 5 different levels, and that would make too many different waiting rooms because you had to match with people with the same squad levels, and it was just a bit much. Also in the waiting rooms, it will now start 5 games at once when 20 people show up, instead of only doing 4 and then waiting for more people to show up. Just has to have enough players. And you can also sell back your rewards for 100% the cost to help alleviate people just completely ignoring the low-level rewards until they got high enough rank for the best stuff. So it does have some value to get lower-level things if you're not going to go all the way through Mobilizing Armies. All longswords and the Rune and Dragon Scimitar have been graphically updated again. This might just be the same Rune and Dragon Scimitar and Longsword upgrade before, but now with all the longswords, hard to say. Also an activity bar for the Great Orb Project. No AFKing. In more focused news here, combat familiars will now join fights more quickly, which makes them slightly more useful. And you can configure the summoning button to do different things. So that's nice. Over in the player-owned house, we got some new stuff. Specifically, a new room. We're just going to put it over here. Gonna turn on build mode. I'll probably just put it here. Make sure we go to the correct sides here. It's not like it's in a perfect location or anything. But we're going to give ourselves the new room. It is in here somewhere. Level 37 for 30,000 coins. The Menagerie. And that's a good enough spot there. We'll build that. This is a place where you can put pets. We're going to need to go and get some things to build this, which would be slightly more convenient to do with new butler changes. Remember is your last option that you wanted him to do. Can be sent directly to the sawmill after grabbing logs from your bank. Can fetch payments from your bank. Will continue to follow you unless you tell him to go away. And then over here at the workbench, you can make X flat packs. We got make X tabs at the lectern. And your teleport option now has options for inside or outside, building mode on or off. This makes teleporting here to do what you want to do much more convenient. Of course, all the stuff with the bank is not actually useful for us since we don't have a bank. But anyways, we've got a room to add stuff to. First up, we've got an obelisk space. This makes a mini obelisk in our house for recharging summoning points. Needs a marble block though, that costs 325,000 coins, 1,000 spirit shards, and 10 of each charm. There we go. So we can just renew our points here whenever we want to. It's fun. And then we have the storage space. Needs oak planks, and they also need to be with a hammer and saw. Probably needed that for the obelisk too. It's more made of magic than wood or anything, but still an idea. Hammer and saw. There you go. There's our planks. Unlike some other spots, you need to incrementally build these up. So we need to start with the oak pet house, which can store 5 pets. But then if you have the pets, you also need to have the appropriate pet feeder, like the oak pet feeder, which can feed 5 pets. Not that pet food's really much of a thing at this day and age, but there we go. And now we can upgrade these. Get a nice look at the basic oak versions here. Then we can upgrade to the teak pet feeder for 10 pets. Wow. And then upgrade again to the mahogany pet feeder. It does cost a gold leaf for 130,000 coins, but this can feed 30 pets, which we can't get currently, but it's fine. Look how big this is. You can feed your pets here too, which is also nice. Upgrade the oak pet house to teak. That can hold 10 pets. And then upgrade the teak to mahogany. That can hold 15 pets. Which is cool. Last thing we need here is the last space in this area. Retro spade, watering can. Needs a watering can. We are building plant stuff. Fill the watering can at the sink. And head back down. Fill the watering can. Okay. We got a bag plant, bag plant, bag plant. 1, 2, 3. Use this on the habitat space. There are a lot of options here. We could do all of them with boosts and things, but volcanic habitat, polar habitat, desert habitat, jungle habitat, or garden habitat. Let's go with the garden. That's nice enough. There you go. Clashes a little bit with the other grass, but this is a nice spot. Some flowers and stuff. Good times. Good times. Now, of course, we need to actually go and get pets to put in here. That's a problem for later. We can store pets in the house here. Cannot do that in building mode, though. This is what it looks like without floating ghostly doors off the edge. It's a nice little spot. And pet house. Okay. We'll go around and get some pets. We have options. Also, just get a cat. That'll be great. Grab that while we are heading out to go do things. Can't put non-adult pets in here, though. So, that's something to consider. Anyways. Moving on to more updates and things. On August 20th, 2009, player support Q&A answers, and also a live Q&A on the forums. All sorts of stuff about account trading and power leveling services, AFK training, fishing, private servers, all kinds of stuff that's really not allowed or good for the game, for the most part. Also, more into the other departments of QA and player support and stuff. More options for payment options. Talking about life at the Jagex offices, all kinds of stuff that they have there, and some rule clarifications. Whole bunch of questions, lots of Q&As. On August 21st, 2009, a FunOrb blog. Bunch of new stuff has been coming to FunOrb. Only update it on this post every once in a while. We got Kickabout League, a football/soccer game with up to 8 players. Steel Sentinels, which is mech battles with up to 12 players, and also has a single-player campaign. Vivogrid, which is a board game similar to Reversi, and kind of a spiritual successor to a previous game that was originally on the Jagex site before RuneScape. Armies of Gillinor has also gotten some updates, like team games with up to 8 players, new items, a prestige system. There's UK levels for Zombie Dawn multiplayer, a super volcano map for minor disturbance, more bric-a-brac levels, new game modes for Escape Vector, and FunOrb has had their own Q&A. So that's fun. Lots of stuff happening over there. For now. More on the RuneScape side of things. A blog from the QA team. All about how they find bugs, break things, but also look for general improvements to updates. They have to set priorities for what to test due to the content release cadence. Depending on how many things and how large the things are, they could be working on up to 10 projects at the same time, testing everything. And due to all this stuff they need to constantly work on, and small things constantly changing other small things, some things can get missed. So you get some bugs in the game. A lot of them with like the graphical things, like things clipping together. That's why it constantly shows up in the patch notes. Any small change can make one of the hundreds of things clip with one of the other hundreds of things that no one ever wears until they get a report about it. And also, the fact that the test environments are not exactly the same as the live environment, based on engine changes and stuff. So, that can also cause some problems. Lots of stuff to do in QA. On August 25th, 2009, is the last day to submit videos for the RuneScape Machinima competition here. There's been 700 videos so far, so lots of competition in this competition. Very cool. On August 26th, 2009, a blog on the game engine, RuneTech 5. Currently 6 game engine devs. 2 of them have been working on the new game engine here for quite a while. Rebuilding the graphics engine from the ground up. We're going to be targeting more graphics platforms like DirectX, OpenGL, and consoles. It's currently, with the game, it's using 2 completely separate game engines. One of them is for the standard detail mode, and the other is for the high detail mode. So this is going to make everything work together, and also add in more features for things. Like full screen resizable, fog, sky colors, path blending and smoothing, and water detail for options for the standard detail mode. Multi-level shadows for high detail mode. And just general improvements for the minimap for everybody. Also new features for the future, like skyboxes, particle effects, bloom lighting, and water reflections. Lots of these improvements have come from development work on Mechscape, the game that never was. But it is helping with making engine improvements for things though, so got some value out of it in the end. On August 27th, 2009, another blog. Lots of blogs. This one is about display names and changing names. There's millions of registered accounts, many of which are inactive, so it'd be really convenient they could free up names for people to use. But it doesn't really work, because all of the account data is connected to the name. And it's in many different places. They have billing information that needs to be preserved, so they can't just delete accounts unless they want to. Well, even if they delete accounts, they still need the billing information, so they can't just release it. So I have to make a completely new system here to make this all work. And that is display names. You can still have your name, but you can also have a different name that you use for logging in and for all of the systems in the back end, which allows for switching names, removing offensive names without having to ban the account entirely, and longer and different symbols in the login names. So that would also help potentially in account hijacking situations, because if they don't even know what your login is, that's one more level of security, essentially. Of course, there are some problems with this system, like needing to make sure the friends list works when people change their names, so also going to show previous name in there, and all the systems having to constantly look up what the actual account name is instead of the display name and character name. So more efficient things like the high scores need to be better, and just have all the systems now make use of the display name in the back end too. Also going to set up for holding your previous name for an account for a while, depending on certain circumstances. Trying to have people not try to impersonate you. Also need to set up player support tools for people messing this up. Web systems. It's also going to work on FunOrb accounts, so lots of behind-the-scenes things. But in general, a good thing to fix up here for all accounts and stuff. On August 28th, 2009, bonus 20% membership time on Wally cards in Sweden. So that's fun for them then. And also, Andrew's live Q&A in the whole Q&A series has been rescheduled to be slightly sooner. Wow. On September 2nd, 2009, patch notes. A floating tree in Catherby is now on the ground. The blood rivers at the blood altar have been fixed to be blood-colored. Prayers are once again no longer allowed in the Recipe for Disaster final boss fights. Puro impling spawns have been randomized, which makes it so you can't just stay in one spot and keep catching the same impling over and over. There's still the rare spawns. Those are all now also random, even more than they were before, so it's something. You can no longer move by planting mithril seeds when frozen. A PvP tactic. Still makes some use in old school. And you will now pause and then walk around impassable NPCs instead of just being stuck there forever. Also back over here at the menagerie, you can now add fish bowls and clockwork cats to the list of different things that we can put in here. Might go get a fish bowl too. Why not? Lots of stuff that can be in your pets here. In other news, the special attack bar now shows percentage. There's a world select page changes. Now has quick chat and PvP in the general activity column. Shows ping for the worlds. And country flags for just the non-themed worlds. So, that'll be fine. Speaking of themed worlds, there's a 4-player start world for mobilizing armies. So you can get into games more quickly. It is also the release day of the RuneScape 5 game engine, and all the stuff that we were just talking about. More standard detail options, high detail improvements, Some fixes for misclicking in heavily populated areas. Grand Exchange progress bars will work more. And certain timings of actions should line up better. Also an option for a context-sensitive cursor. Hover over things, it will give you different options based on what it is. Like fighting things, opening doors. Just an option though. In Magic, there's been changes to the auto-casting feature. No longer needs a staff. Select your spell from the spellbook to auto-cast, or click it a different way to still get a single cast option. Toggle defense XP in the corner, and then you can also toggle on or off the combat spells, teleport spells, skilling spells, miscellaneous spells. Just makes Magic a little bit more easily used. Since you don't technically need a staff anymore for Magic, a 10% damage bonus has been added to the Aram's Staff, Master Wand, Void Knight Mace, Zuriel's Staff, Corrupt Zuriel's Staff, and Ancient Staff. You can also now autocast Saradomin Strike, Flames of Zamorak, Ivan Blast, and Claws of Guthix with their respective staffs. Previously, that was all just manual casting, which is not great. And what's also potentially not great is changes to stores. We now have personalized shops. No more infinite stock in shops. They should, in theory, have reasonable quantities of things. Probably similar to what they had prior to the infinite shop update. But now, only you can see your shops. And there's still no world hopping for more shops, so what you see is what you get, depending on the refilling rate of things, which has also changed a few times too. Prices will once again go up and down based on the stock, and it might be more valuable to sell things to shops now. Also, like specialty shops, buy things for more. This is allowed to relax some Grand Exchange price limits up and down. Just having no more infinite stocks of things allows for more free markets and all that. This has changed some diary rewards though, since some of them were due based on getting more from shops, cheaper prices and stuff. Kramja now has Del Monte, who sells some more pineapples every day. And Varrock gets better rates of Skull Scepter pieces, if you want to get more of those. That's something. On September 3rd, 2009, blog for the new Dwarf quest coming very soon. It's finished QA. Working on text edits, spelling, grammar, and style, translation, a lores and histories story to go along with the update, getting the knowledge base pages and the news posts ready, just all the launch preparations. And we've also got Andrew Gower's Q&A from the whole Q&A series here, and also a live Q&A on the forums. All sorts of questions and answers, obviously. Stuff like having to test the game on so many different computer specs, and the fact that they're not planning to do quite a few things like voice chat, having options for all the different old graphics, day-night cycles. Lots of things that aren't being done right now. Also talking about RNG, price manipulation clans, having to get into the game development field, and plans for RuneScape Classic. All kinds of stuff. All that and much, much more. Lots of questions in these Q&As. On September 4th, 2009, cast your votes for the RuneScape Machinima competition. Over 1,000 entries. They've narrowed it down to the top 6 for the poll. Check out the YouTube playlists, and also the additional runners-up playlist, because there's lots of stuff out of 1,000. Pick your winner. On September 9th, 2009, patch notes. Fixes for game crashes and high CPU usage in certain instances, again due to the new game engine. The Skull Scepter drop rate increase should actually work now. Runes have a higher GE price cap, and the Friends and Ignore list should show you if they are online or offline more accurately. There's also been some delays on slower actions fixed to be back what they should be, again due to the engine update. The first of the packs is now a thing. 5,000 spirit shards in a pack, so you can actually purchase the massive quantity of spirit shards you're going to need more quickly. More packs coming eventually for other things that'd be very, very helpful to have packs. We also got more harpoons, jugs of water, death runes, empty buckets, cooking apples, and butterfly jars in shops. Just an absolute list of shop changes that we're still going to keep getting here. And minecart travel to and from Keldegrim is now free, including a new trapdoor here from the Grand Exchange to Keldegrim. You can just head on into Keldegrim for free. How fun. Keldegrim. Dwarven. Very, very Dwarven. It's their capital and all that. And they might not appreciate us showing up right now, because there is a new thieving training method, or possibly just more rewards. Up here at the top, at the trade octagon, we've got traders. You can pickpocket with 90 thieving. Their drop tables have loot table. It's completely changed, so they basically don't have anything that they used to have. They're also very, very low chance of success, which is also not great. Would have been a whole bunch of bars and ores, and then a bunch of random seeds were added later. Then the mining and smithing rework changed all the bars and ores into stone spirits, so basically no reason to do that. Not good XP rates until many, many thieving buff items come out. And yeah, that's something. We also get Lores and Histories story, The Coat Thief, featuring Commander Veldeban of the Black Guard here, investigating a disappearance, and how that ties into the quest line here. Because this is, like the blogs have been saying for a while, the new dwarf quest. It is Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. Requires Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, Between a Rock, 69 Strength, 61 Hunter, 61 Fire Making, and a few free inventory spaces. A little bit of combat, but nothing really item required here. So we can pretty much get right to it. I'll probably go and get some food first. Combat. A little bit of it. Might as well be prepared. Say hello to the new kitten. They finally get to stay. Assuming they don't run away or anything. Or if we have to get rid of them during the quest or something. Also say hello to Commander Veldeban. We have to talk to him to start the quest. Yes, what is it, human? There's no need to be rude. I'm sorry, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. I'm just a bit stressed at the moment. I'm trying to conduct an investigation, and the Supreme Commander won't release any guardsmen to help me. Accept the quest. Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. Let me help. That's very good of you, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Let me explain what's happening. People have been going missing from Keldegrim East. Too many for it to just be a coincidence. Someone must be abducting them. Who's gone missing? Who? Commander Velvetman, we're under attack! The Blackguard. Under attack? Where? By whom? Chaos Dwarfs, by the watchtower in the South Mines. Colonel Grenda is engaging them, but requests reinforcements. Old Parallax needs reinforcements? Must be serious. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Welcome to the Blackguard. Let's go. There we are. Going. The Blackguard. The cinematic cutscene for the start of the Dwarf quests. On theme. They've definitely done stuff. There's the statue we helped rebuild. Axe and all that. Pan and shot over the consortium? Nope. We're just down here now. We walked out to the tower. What's the situation, Colonel? Chaos Dwarf, sir. There's one left, but it's holed up in the watchtower. He's got some kind of newfangled weapon. I've lost 6 men. It's lucky I was down here with my squad, Commander. Told you we should post more guards down here in the mines. I agree with you, but it's not my decision. Supreme Commander Busy says we don't have the resources. With all due respect, Commander, that's a load of... I know, Colonel. We can talk about this later. What kind of weapon does the Chaos Dwarf have? I've never seen it before. Could it be a special crossbow or a magic staff? If Chaos Dwarves have learned how to use magic, then we're in trouble. And who are you? Colonel Grenda of the Black Guard, Keldegrim 1st Regiment. I don't think we've got time for life stories right now. And what are the Chaos Dwarves doing here? I think they're trying to get into the city. If we hadn't caught them, they might have stolen a boat and taken up the river. What their plans were, I couldn't say. They weren't a large enough force to pose a threat to the city as a whole, but might have been an advanced scouting party. I'll deal with the Chaos Dwarf. I'm going in too. Commander, I should be the one going in. You're too valuable to put in danger. I'm too valuable to walk around a damn office all day, Colonel. You'll stay out here in case the Chaos Dwarf makes a break for it. Commander. That's an order, Colonel. Yes, sir. Are you ready, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic? Yep. I am ready. Here we are. Another cutscene here. Commander Velvetman walks in. Brilliant cutscene there. And then we also walk in. At the tower here. And upstairs, got some injured blackguards. Kitten's also here. Hey, Commander. No time for chat, we need to deal with that Chaos Dwarf. I love the chat to the blackguards. What are you guys doing? Too wounded to speak. Sorry, Commander. Would salute, but... Great Gothics, man. What happened to you? New weapon. Magic fire wand, maybe? You hang in there, soldier. We'll get you back to Keldegrim, and I'll get the Chaos Dwarf who did this to you. They are not doing great. Headed upstairs, where we find the Chaos Dwarf Hand Cannoneer, who was a lot more dangerous previously. He's dead though. Alright. Mysterious slip. One side of the slip has a neatly printed number code 000-92609-4-C. The other side has a scrawled note. I forgive you. Interesting. I don't like this, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Chaos Dwarves aren't known for their inventiveness. For him to have a new weapon like this... What was that weapon? It looked like basically a miniature cannon. The mining companies have been trying to develop them for a while, but I didn't think they had any luck. Do you think the Red Axe is behind this? That's what I'm worried about. The Red Axe, this day just keeps getting worse. I could use a drink. And the Chaos Dwarf dropped this slip of paper. Let me see that. This is a Grand Exchange Order slip. The company uses them to trade with other cities. This slip will represent an order that's being held at the Grand Exchange in Varrock. I don't understand this note on the other side. I forgive you? Who's forgiven whom? And what's a Chaos Dwarf doing with this slip anyway? Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic, could you do me a favor? Take this slip to the Grand Exchange and see what they know about it. I need to report back to the Supreme Commander in Keldagrim. You can get to the Grand Exchange using the minecart system in Keldagrim. Alright. I'll take the slip to the Grand Exchange now. Thanks. There's a card that goes straight from Keldagrim to the Grand Exchange. You can use that to get there. I'll be back in the Blackguard HQ if you need me. Okay. We're just on the watchtower here. We could go that way to the Grand Exchange. Or we just teleport. Let's see when there's the option. I mean, most of the time we want the middle of Varrock for our teleport anyways. So switching it up the option, if it even is an option yet, to change the teleport to the Grand Exchange, probably not something we want most of the time. But in this instance, it's alright. We can get there. Not a problem. The Grand Exchange. Something that everyone doing this quest would have been quite familiar with. But not us, because we don't have the Grand Exchange. We don't even have a bank. This is new territory for us. Grand Exchange clerk. Hello. Excuse me, sir, but may I ask you to speak with Bungson Burson or the Grand Exchange tutor near the entrance for a lesson? Once we give an interesting, complete lesson in the Grand Exchange, the tutor will give a small, plain lesson. I don't care about that at all. Can I give you this slip? No? Sets, favorites. Oh my goodness. Grand Exchange, tutor. And then Bungson Burson. Can you teach me about the Grand Exchange? Well, sir, the cabin, you'll get more confident in training information. It's like Bungson Burson, who's saying the sign. No, just give me the basics. It literally doesn't matter. Let's begin then. The Grand Exchange, you can use what you want, buy or sell how much. Trade for another player is willing to do the trade. Describe the process in 4 steps. Step 1, you cover your items and sell money to spend. Step 2, with the clerks on the desk corner of the building, you let them set up your bid. When you're setting up a bid, it'll show you guide price for each item. The suggestion, though, you can offer any amount you like. Not true. Trade limits. Step 3, clerks will take the items or money off you and look for something to complete the trade. This may be very fast or it could take several days. When the trade is complete, we'll send you a message. You can collect stuff by clerks visiting any banker. Plenty more information about the Grand Exchange, all of which can be found out from Bungson Burson, the guy with the megaphone. I suggest you speak with him before you get grist with the Grand Exchange. Good luck. An inspiring tutorial. Anyways. Hi there. Good day, sir. How can I help? I have this dwarven order slip. Your order has completed. Here are your items. Clerk takes the note and hands you a package. Okay. Open package. We've got many things in a box. 7 things at least. Whee! Don't need all these sharps. Open. Take things. Now we got an empty package. Okay. We've got a rod, a turn screw, a green stone, a yellow stone, a bowl, a boot, and a metal rectangle. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Now, take our free minecart back to Keldagrim here. It's convenient to get from Keldagrim to here, but not really from the other side of town. We need to either run up and through the large middle building or go all the way around to the northern bridge. No southern bridge here. That's where the statue is. Well, that's alright. Let's go talk to Veldeman again. See what he makes from all these thingies. Got doing good? Looks like they are. We can check their actual stats here. Hungry and growth and stuff. We got sharks and stuff. I'll be fine. Veldeman! I return. Open the door. Free Berserker. See here? Hello, visitors. Is there something I can help you with? Where's Commander Veldeban? He went off duty. He said that he would be in the Laughing Mire pub in Telegram East. Telegram East. Thank you, Veldeban, for telling us to go to the other side of the city. Because he didn't really decide whether or not he was going to immediately leave work there. Telegram East. It's over this way. You can tell by the way that it's to the east. Shocking, I know. Running. Running. Veldeban. Cutscene Devan. Hello, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Are you drunk? Not yet, but I'm working on it. What are you doing here? I'm drinking beer. I'm off duty since apparently there's nothing they need me for back at HQ. Supreme Commander Busy has taken me off the case. Not to investigate the missing persons anymore. Why did he take you off the case? He said that an investigation was ongoing but it wasn't a priority. You know why the missing persons aren't a priority? It's because they're from Telegram East. They're poor, they're unemployed, or they're low-wage laborers. The rich people have the power in Telegram. The rich people can run the mining companies, and the companies make up the consortium. And the consortium controls the Black Guard. If some high-class citizen from Telegram West so much as stubs their toe, I have to go over there personally, but when people from Telegram East go missing, I'm told it's not a priority. Who's on the case now? Lieutenant Bray. She's not gonna get anywhere, though. Don't get me wrong, she's a good kid, but she's not assertive enough. Supreme Commander can starve her of resources, and she won't complain like I would. You think the missing persons are connected to the Chaos Dwarfs? Don't believe in coincidence. It's almost too horrible to contemplate, though. Could Chaos Dwarfs really be coming into our city and carrying people off under our noses? You think the Red Axe is involved? The Red Axe? Gothix, what a horrible thought. I need another drink. Would you get me one Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic? Ask the barmaid for a guardsman's stout. Tell her to put it on my tab. Yeah. Mermaid. Welcome to the Laughing Mire pub, human traveler. Commander Veldeban wants a guardsman's stout. Is the commander okay? He looks in a bad mood. He's fine. He's been coming in here a lot. He used to come in here with his lady friend, but I haven't seen her for a while. Anyway, here's his drink. Here's a glass of dark stout. The guardsman stout. Not gonna drink it. Gonna give it to Veldeban. Thanks, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. I didn't know you had a lady friend. What are you talking about? I'm too busy with work for that sort of thing. I haven't seen anyone since before the Battle of Perendir. The barmaid said she'd seen you with someone. She must have been mistaken. I haven't been in here except for on my own. What was the Battle of Perendir? I don't think anyone who was at that battle came back quite the same. It was a few years ago. The trolls have been attacking our miners, so the Supreme Commander sent a Blackguard regiment to deal with them. I was just a lieutenant at the time. Our commanding officer was Colonel Grimson. He was a real slave driver. The new recruits think Colonel Grenda's bad, but Grimson was 10 times worse. We had to attack a position where the trolls were entrenched. The trolls rained rocks down on us from behind cover, and attacked from side tunnels and pits. We lost hundreds of men. And there were bodies everywhere, and the smell of blood was... I wish I could forget it. Colonel Grimson led the charge. He burst through the barricades that the trolls had set up, and I saw him in combat with the troll general. We took the cavern, but Grimson kept hacking at the trolls as they fled. He was screaming like a demon, and his whole face was covered in blood from a wound to his forehead. Then the trolls were gone, but Grimson didn't stop fighting. He attacked anyone who came near him. He wounded several soldiers. Maybe the wound to his head affected his brain. Maybe the horrors of the battle just pushed him over the edge. I don't know. I made the call, ordered my squad to subdue him. When we got back from Keldregrim, there was a court-martial, and he was discharged from the Black Guard. A while later, he disappeared. No one else went berserk like Grimson, but I don't think anyone who was at Perendir has been the same since. Never mind all that, though. It's all over. Thinking about it will do no good. Let's talk about something else, then. I've got the Grand Exchange package. Let me look at that. These are just random items. This doesn't make any kind of sense. What do you think of this boot? Looks like it's the kind of boot that Chaos Dwarf is wearing. It's a mass-produced military-style boot, decent but not expensive. Why would anyone order a single boot rather than a pair? What do you think of the bowl? That's not a cooking bowl. I'm guessing it has some use in industry. Look at the rim. Looks like it could form an airtight seal with something. What do you think about this metal rod? I guess that square tip goes into some kind of socket, and you can turn it like a handle, like a giant key. But key to what? And more things in here. These yellow and green stones. I recognize those. Those are minecart switching stones. They slot into a control board to change the points of a minecart track. I don't know what they're doing in the package, though. What do you think of this metal rectangle? Beats me. Could be for any number of things. And a turn screw? Doesn't look like a standard turn screw. It's designed to fit a particular kind of screw. And back to previous. Yeah, all 6 items in there. And something else. I'm about ready to go back to HQ now. Will you walk me back? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Back to the HQ. Supreme Commander Bessie. Commander Veldeban. Lieutenant, I want to talk to Supreme Commander. You can't see him, Commander. Why not? Is the Supreme Commander busy? You can't see me because he's busy? Because you're drunk, Commander, you shouldn't. Out of my way, Lieutenant. Supreme Commander Bessie, I want to talk to you. Veldeban, how dare you barge in my office in this state? I'll barge into your office in whatever state. I'm the commander of the Black Guard. You're the commander of the Keldagrim Black Guard, Veldeban. You work for me. I work for the people of Keldagrim. You work for me, or at least you do when you're sober. You're a corporate something. You only do what they tell you. You don't care about the people. That's enough, Commander. You're drunk, get out of here and sleep this off, and maybe I'll forget about it. You don't care about people. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic cares. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. You'll work it all out. You'll work out what all the things in the package mean, won't you? Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. I'm going to bed. Oh, what a mess. Veldeban? Where are you? Where are you taking her? Hilda, don't take her. No, don't take her, Hilda. I'll remember you. Okay. He is completely out of it now. Can I help you, visitor? Can you wake Veldeban up? He looks like he's drunk some guardsman stout. There's no waking him while he's sleeping that off. He'll be awake a little bit later, though. You should check back. Do you know who Hilda is? I've heard Veldeban saying that name in his sleep when he's had a bit too much to drink. Suppose it must be someone he met, I don't know. Can you help me understand the items in this package? Alright. Boot? This is the kind of boot the canisters wear. It's got a very distinct tread pattern. Bowl. Some kind of industrial bowl. It looks like it's heat resistant and designed to form an airtight seal with something. Rod. Against the square tip goes in a kind of socket, and you can turn it using a handle like a giant key. Key to what? That is the question, isn't it? These stones, those are minecart switching stones. It's onto a control board to change the points on minecart track. Rectangle. I don't know, I'm sorry. And turn screw. Designed for a particular screw. I don't think I've seen one like it before. Okay. Talk about something else. Nothing else. Never mind. We are on our own. Investigate the situation. If we were paying attention, we would have seen a hint earlier. The boots making distinctive tread patterns. And what was there near the watchtower. Tread patterns. There they are. Investigate footprints. The soft ground here is marked by prints from dozens of different boots. Follow tracks if you knew which type of boot you wanted to follow. This boot. Here are the boot of the footprints, and identified trail is made by this type of boot. Now we got a boot trail. Just barely enough in the dirtiness here. Less rocky, which is good. Let's crossing this bridge. All sorts of dwarves over here. Just about see this. And we got circling this fire. And then go in this way. This is where we need to use all the other things. Bowl, airtight seal, heat, cover the flame. Bowl fits snugly with the fire, forming an airtight seal. Then we insert the thing here. Move the bowl. Fire has been started, air has gone out. In the ashes of the bottom pit, you see a square socket. We insert the rod. Rod slots in the square hole at the bottom of the fire pit. Turn the rod. Your mechanism beneath your feet trigger as you turn the handle. A mechanism? Open up a secret tunnel. Woo! Bring us to a room. Wow. But at the other side of the room, a doorway. Continue venturing in. And it is a minecart thing. You have a hazy recollection of a similar control box, one that had a map on it and multiple sockets. So there's no diagram and only a single socket in the center. And this is minecarts. Only a single socket in the center, you say? Seems suspicious. Let's just pop in one of them. Also see if the cat can just be out here. The green socket. Green stone in the socket. Both hands free to minecart. Yep, the cat's just fine. Green socket. Make that turn. And that just immediately goes to a dead end, so that ain't it. Whee! Come to a dead end, better go back to the start. I'm not gonna be able to control the cart without someone else to help. I can see if Veldemann's awake. If it's hungry, you just have food to feed it. Yep. Remove the green stone. Give the kitchen a shark. There you go. And now we will head back to Veldeman. Hopefully he is no longer anything. You walk back to the caves. Walk back to the caves to Keldrium and the Blackguard HQ. Perfect. Hey, Veldeman! Hello, hardcore ultimate Ironman Artic. Are you in trouble? Oh, I bet I am. Sure, later today the Supreme Commander will call me to his office and I'll have to grovel for my job. It stupid me to say what I said, but that doesn't mean I was wrong. I'll worry about that later, though. Have you discovered anything? Oh, yeah. But first, how are you feeling? Felt better. I'll be alright, though. Never mind me, have you discovered anything? Oh, yeah. I found a secret door in the mines. I knew it. Must be how the Chaos Dwarves are getting into the city. You gotta show me. Are you ready to go now? Yep. Well, let's go. You need to get rid of your follower first. I mean, pick up, hopefully, not get rid of. But, you know. New follower, it's Commander Veldeman. Come on, hardcore ultimate Ironman Artic. You need to show me that secret door you found. Let's go. Now, we have Commander Veldeman follower. With running technology? Potentially. I think we have that by now. Gets us where we're going here. Running. Back to where we found the door again. At least we got to skip the returning to the HQ step. That's pretty good. Open the door. Run around. And put on our weapon again. Inventory space. We're doing fine. This is the 6th inventory space that we needed for the etc. etc. Enter tunnel. Then enter other tunnel. Yes? Who is Hilda? Hilda? I don't know anyone called Hilda. You're talking in your sleep. You said her name. I don't know why I would say that name. Maybe you misheard me? I'm sure I heard you say it. Well, I can't say for certain I didn't. I was asleep after all. I don't think why I would say that name. Doesn't the name mean anything to you? It sounds familiar. I can't place it. I don't know what's going on here, but I really don't know anyone called Hilda. I'm sorry. Maybe Hilda was the person the barmaid saw you with. I don't know who Hilda is, and I don't know who the barmaid thinks she saw me with, so yes, why not roll 2 imaginary people into 1? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's get on with the job, then. Good plan. If this Hilda even exists, we can worry about her later. Alright. That is the plan. We got more pressing matters to tend to here. Specifically here. This place. It looks familiar. You think you've been here before? I don't remember coming here, but somehow I feel like I have. It's probably nothing. Do you think the Red Axe built this place? Honestly, any of the companies might have done it. It's industry for the sake of industry. You got a factory churning out card track, you need to lay it out somewhere. Let's get on with the job. Control Dwarf machinery. This board controls the junction on the track. Slide the green and yellow stones into it to change direction. How do you know about the stones? I'm not sure. It's like I remember from somewhere, but I can't think where. There were green and yellow stones in the package. Interesting. It's like whoever ordered the package knew we would need them here. You take the stones and man the board, I'll ride the cart. Good idea. Give the yellow and green stones to Veltman. Okay. And then we ride the cart. We need to take the thing out back right now. Ride the cart. Here we are. Okay, reach a junction. Which stone should I use? Green stone, yellow stone, bring me back. Well, that's not gonna do anything, so yellow stone. I seem to try different things. Even with the extended view here, can't see everything. Give me another yellow stone. Get some information here. It's definitely not any of those. Could be the middle one there. Yep, this is a dead end. Good to know. We got loops, we got directions. It's a big cavern out here. My goodness. So you hit a dead end and bring you back. Whoop. We ride. Again. There's some stuff going on over there. We'll get to that when we get to it. Yellow stone. And a green stone. Oh, the cart animations. Totally staying on the track. Wild. Okay. Then we get to here. And then you can't choose if you're sliding into it. Look over here. Greenstone. Need to get back over there. Greenstone. Then a yellow stone. That'll loop us out back around this way. This whole middle area is all side paths and dead ends. That'll get us to here. Then slide back to here. The entire loop back there is just to get back to this spot here. Yellow. View it in, it's yellow. Now just loop us around another loop. That's obviously no good. Slide, slide. Slide some more. Yellow stone. And we made it. Okay. A little bit more straightforward than the previous puzzle of this, with all the other directions and getting more stones and Making things more complicated. Pull the lever. The bridge lever. You lower the bridge. And little man. Come over this way. Okay. Yes? What do you think about this area? I'm sure it looks familiar. Let's get off the job. Here we've got some prisoners. Prisoner, 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 prisoner. In Vajoila. Open the prison door. Hey. Brunolt, have you seen Brunolt? Who is Brunolt? He's my husband. The chaos dwarves took him deeper into the base. Do you know where he is? We'll do our best to find him, ma'am. How did you get here? The chaos dwarves kidnapped us. They broke into our house at night and carried us off. Brunolt tried to fight them, but he was not as young as he used to be, and he couldn't. I'm so worried about him. You've got to make sure he's safe. What would the chaos dwarves want with you? I don't know. They didn't ask any questions. They just dumped us in here, and they've been taking us one by one. They took Brunolt. Please, you gotta find him. You should get back to Keldegrim now. Well, what about Brunolt? Please, ma'am, get back to Keldegrim. We'll find Hilda. Hilda? You told the prisoner we'd look for Hilda. I did? I meant to say we'd find the husband, Brunolt. I don't know what's getting into me. Something about this place makes me feel like I've heard the name before, but I still can't place it. Is it possible I've forgotten her? I don't normally forget things. At least I don't think I do. Yes. That's the problem with forgetting things. If you've forgotten that you forgot things, that's a problem. Turn the switch. This door, I remember it. I remember this switch, it's starting to come back. The door needs 2 people to open, so I must have come here before with someone else. Perhaps I came through here with Hilda. There's something important on the other side of this door. Something we found. Something that happened. Just can't remember what. Open the door. Well, it's open. Suppose we'll find out what happened next. Enter the doorway. That must be Brunolt. We've got to rescue him. He's too closely guarded now. If we follow him, we might have a chance later. Please, what are you doing? You got the wrong dwarf. Look, do what you want to me. Just let Julia go, please. Quiet, little dwarf. No! What are you doing? I can't think. Julia, don't hurt. Listen, me, you are Chaos Dwarf. I am Chaos Dwarf. You worship Zamorak, god of chaos. I worship Zamorak, god of chaos. You serve Red Axe. I serve Red Axe. Hail Zamorak! Hail Zamorak! You no fear, you no doubt, you not hesitate. You go to next station now. Oh, the Chaos Dwarf leaves. What are they doing? It's like that spell wiped his mind. I've seen this before, I know I have. Right, step into the machine. This will only hurt quite a lot. I not fear, I not doubt. Good, good, into the machine, please. Crazy machine. Good, good, transformation complete. On to the next station, please. They're turning him into a Chaos Dwarf. I've seen this before, I remember it. They turned her into a Chaos Dwarf. I've seen this before. Into the next machine. Oh boy. And here we've got Colonel Grimson and the Red Axe Director. Hilda, no! Who's that? It's a Blackguard commander. How did you get in here again? Guards, don't let them escape. Oh boy. We got a Chaos Dwarf hand cannoneer there. Being very rude. You gonna come in here? You just stay out there. I'm sorry, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. You blew our cover. I'm sorry, it all came back to me. I remember what happened now. I was here before with Hilda. We got in, but we were stopped. We were trapped in this office. They knew people would notice if I disappeared, so they wiped my memory and dumped me back in Keldegrim. But Hilda got things. Poor Hilda. She was just a nobody from Calgrim East. That's what they said. She wouldn't be missed, so they turned her into a Chaos Dwarf. Just like they're doing with all the other poor dwarfs they kidnapped from Calgrim East. Valdaban! And then you killed her, you killed Hilda. Did I? She was alive and well when at last I saw her. Alive and well and eager to serve Zamorak. Where is she? Oh, we sent her to Keldagrim to get more prisoners. We made her into a hand cannoneer. But oh, that raiding party didn't return. Looks like you Blackguard soldiers killed her. Ah, maybe you killed her yourself. Maybe your friend Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic killed her. Grimson, I'll kill you. Ooh. You can't escape. We'll do the same thing to you we did to Hilda. You'll serve us faithfully and you'll never remember that you were once Veldaban of the Blackguard. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. You killed her. You killed Hilda. That wasn't Hilda. Hilda was gone by then. You're right, she was gone. They'd already killed her. But she did leave us that package. This room was full of grand exchange order slips. She could have made up an order with the items she knew would help me get back into the base again. Then she kept the order slip on her when she was transformed, knowing that I would find it when she was killed. Wow. The Red Axe are outlawed. How can they order things? Do you think the Grand Exchange cares who orders what? Besides, they don't need to put Red Axe on the slips. Everything's done with numbers. How do the order slips work? Write the items you want and payment details on the slip. She in the corner cuts the slips up and the main part goes to the Grand Exchange. You keep the slip and show it to the exchange clerk to get the items. Can I use the slips to get free stuff? I can't believe you'd think about that now. I thought we dwarves were meant to be the materialistic ones. Anyway, no you can't. You still have to provide payment details. For you, it would just be a more complicated way of using the Grand Exchange. Maybe a first way to use the Grand Exchange. There are still some things in the package. There are? Looks like Hilda was a clever one. She must have known we'd be trapped in here again, and gave us things we could use to escape. We can get out of here, with our memories too, we just gotta work it out. Alright. We got a sorting machine, work desk, any books to read while we're here trapped. Volumes are full of Grand Exchange order forms with order slips removed. Most orders are for raw materials and machine components. Sounds helpful. Any other things over here? Nope. Sorting machine. Get it out of the way. This is very too much to unscrew while it's stable. Metal rectangle is exactly the same size as one of the order slips. Slides in the machine and jams its workings. You stop the machine, now what? Unscrew it from the wall. And just push the entire thing over. Convenient. Unscrew the machine and move it from the wall. You did it. We can get out of here through that hole. Squeeze through. So then also squeezes through. Let's get out of here. Ride the train cars. Ride the first train car. We obviously have to take the first one. And away we go. Whee! We're back on this part of the cart network here. Everybody else has already escaped across the bridge, which apparently has reclosed itself. That's fine. Alright. We made it! Now we gotta get back to warn the consortium. Yep. We make it back to the consortium. Sometime later. Valdaban, Commander of the Black Guard in Keldagrim, presenting himself to the consortium with a guest. Commander Valdaban, we've all read your report. It makes for worrying reading. If it's true, Commander Valdaban is my most senior officer. We can trust his word. Do you have anything to add to your report, Commander? The Red Axe is a serious threat. We need to step up our defenses. Yes, that was agreed. I believe Supreme Commander of Issy has assigned a Blackguard division to the problem. Yes, the 1st Regiment under Colonel Grenda will hold the entrance you found and keep Chaos Dwarfs from approaching the city. That deals with the entrance, but what if they find another way in? We need to deal with the threat at its source. Assault the Red Axe stronghold? I hardly think the problem is serious enough to warrant. Serious enough? Commander, don't interrupt the company leaders. As I was saying, I'd hardly think the problem is serious enough to warrant a military assault. After all, no one important went missing. No one important. Veldaban. Commander Veldaban, I understand that one of the missing persons was important to you, but you must not allow that to cloud your judgment. They wiped her memory and turned her into a Chaos Dwarf. An investigation into the Red Axe's current activities is ongoing. Don't give me that, I'm head of the Keldrigan Black Guard. If there's an investigation, I should be leading it. You're as bad as the Red Axe, all of you. Veldaban. I've had enough of this. Supreme Commander, I'm resigning from the Black Guard. And there's the badge. Veldaban. You're at the bottom of this without you if I have to. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Thank you for your help. I'll contact you if there's anything else you can do. Alright. Well, that's quest complete. Cliffhanger. Future quest. Later. 2 quest points. 30,000 fire rank XP. 30,000 hunter XP. 30,000 strength XP. Access to the Chaos Dwarf battlefield and the North Keldrigan mining area. Ability to wield the hand cannon. Okay. So there's 2 new places we can go, like you just said there. Get the cannon out. Get this bow out. The first is the new mining area. The Keldrigan North Mine. It is, as one might expect, to the north. Unfortunately, it's going to be of no use whatsoever. Because instead of having piles of gold, adamantite, and some runite rocks, it is now luminite, which doesn't exist. And nothing else, so it isn't even a convenient spot to make bars or anything at some point. So that's a bit of a bust. Other spot is the Chaos Dwarf battlefield. They said that they stationed a regiment of the Black Guard over towards the entrance where we found our way in there. So we just head back over that way again. We can go see what the situation is. Very possible for the Chaos Dwarfs to find more entrances and go around different places. They definitely tried to make it a secret coming through here. But now, we know. So, random dwarves out here, just chilling. Nobody's even worried that right inside this tunnel, there is now things happening. Kid wants attention. We can do that. You have to grow up nice and strong for future purposes. Enter the tunnel, where it's now a battlefield. We've got the Black Guard Crosswomen, Black Guard Berserkers fighting Chaos Dwarfs, Chaos Dwarf Hand Cannoneers, and Chaos Dwogers. Magical cross between an ogre and a dwarf. Dwarf gone bad. And they're just fighting. Colonel Grenda, how's it going? Come on, you sons of trolls, do you want to live forever? Well, what's happening here? We're holding the line, human. The Chaos Dwarves won't get into our minds again. Look at the hand cannoneers. They got some new red axe weapon. They're like miniature cannons. You might get your hands on one if you join the fight. I don't trust them. You've got to use fire making to keep them stable. You can never be sure they won't explode in your face. That's not how a Black Guard soldier ought to go. They want the Chaos Dwogers. Another product of the Red Axe's experiments. Dwarves can't do magic, but ogres can. It looks like the Red Axe have added some ogre to the mix to let them cast spells. They're tough, but they go down eventually. Goodbye. You're a little tall, soldier. We could use a man like you. Get down there and kick some Chaos Dwarf ass. For Keldrigan. You betcha. This is an interesting battlefield. If you attack them, they will have the entire group of them be aggressive to you. So that's a bit of a problem. We also can't just run straight past. into the doorway. Doesn't seem wise to go deeper into the caves during the battle. And we totally could, though. Like they said, we can get the hand cannon from Chaos Dwarf hand cannoneers. 1 in 132-ish. And pretty good. With changes for evolution of combat, is a level 75 weapon. So stronger than the crystal bow. And tied with the strongest things in the game, technically, currently. God swords and stuff. But it also can explode, so that's a danger. Also get the hand cannon shot from them, and then runes and salvage. None of the other stuff really matters. It's all about the hand cannon. And the other thing that all of the Chaos Dwarf sign can drop here, 1 in 5,000, the Dragon Pickaxe. Better than the Rune Pickaxe. Shocking, I know. And pretty much the best place to get it. 1 in 5,000 drop, though. Pretty wild. Currently, it's the only place to get it, of course. But in the future, potential. So yeah, if we want to get a hand cannon, just come in here and fight the hand cannoneers. And we are going to want that later. But for right now, to be a bit of extra work for a weapon that may or may not explode. Might want to work on some fire making to make it not explode more, maybe. For a while, it didn't explode, but it explodes again now. Anyways, this is a place we might be here quite a while longer in the future. Especially if you want to get hand cannons and dragon pickaxes, plural. There's reasons to do so. But we're not going to worry about that right now. Especially since we have things coming up that are going to completely wipe the entire inventory and all of our equipment and everything. So, no reason to get a dragon pickaxe right now. We just finished the mining and smithing previously that we need to do for right now. So instead, we're just going to let this battle play out here while we continue to a different fight. Or something. More things. Next time. Goodbye.